Hello and welcome to episode 35 of the Long Distance Stitchers. I'm Megan
I am also Megan.
and it's my birthday.
Happy birthday!
We're recording this on November 3rd, my birthday, um, as a special treat. So, yeah,
Special
I
treat for you. Let's be clear.
for
This
me.
is Megan's present to the world.
And I have purchased myself many, many presents over the last few months. So I will open all of those for you today.
I have too, but it's not my birthday. So
But on my birthday, everyone gets presents. So
perfect.
we haven't done an actual monthly update since I guess the end of August. Yeah, because we
Start of
did.
September, like
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
yeah, because we did an Banff a Banff retreat update in September, and then that was the last one. So there's gonna be a lot. There's
Mhm.
a lot to show today.
And like, I don't know about you, but I had all the stuff that I bought in September, and then I have more stuff because there was a whole second month there. And like,
And I went to another retreat.
and I didn't show everything that I had bought in Banff. And
Yeah. Oh,
I
that's right.
stopped
Yeah.
at traditional stitches, right? So
Yeah.
I don't even know if I have everything. I'm going to be honest. Things have been put away, things have been put in projects.
Yeah.
I've just got a pile. I have a pile of projects and a pile of stuff, and we're just going to make our way through it all.
Oh, yeah. I also have a pile. I have boxes and I have so many project bags that now have stuff in them. So I will show you also the stuff that is in them, and then yeah,
Sounds perfect.
yeah, it'll be fun. Do you want to start with our cards?
Sure. Sure. It's been a minute since we've pulled a tarot, but
Um,
we did
and
today.
I did buy an entirely new tarot deck a little while ago. It's the Folklore Tarot by Rowan Ortons, and it's very pretty. I'll show some of the cards. They are beautiful cards. Oh, that one's upside down. Yeah, just some really nice artwork and
Yeah,
yeah.
they're lovely.
Um, the card that I have drawn today is the Nine of Swords, which is associated with fear and anxiety and like the stuff that keeps you awake at night. Um, for me, worrying about how I'm going to pay for everything that I want to do in my life while also not working constantly, you know, normal stuff.
That late stage capitalism dread.
Like if I work constantly, I can afford everything. Yeah, that's normal,
Are there options to not work constantly?
right? That's what I want.
Yeah. I pulled from my Silver Acorn Tarot today by Stephanie Bushima. She is working on a accompanying Oracle deck, if you're an Oracle deck person, but with matching, aligning artwork. I also pulled from the Swords. I pulled the Four of Swords, which is about taking a break. Speaking of not working all the time. Um, and to like be still and reflect and like be like that little bird. Close your eyes, have a moment, be that sword laying down on the ground, have a little break. So it's a good reminder that I should probably take up. Not anytime soon. There's too much going on for a proper break, but maybe next month. We'll see.
Yeah. I mean, I have a 3-day weekend right now, which is really nice.
That's lovely.
I'm especially looking forward to tomorrow when I have no plans and I can just sit and stitch and watch TV.
Yeah.
That'll be nice.
Have the day to
All
yourself.
right. So, did you finish anything?
I finished 10 things in this 2-month period. Would you believe it? It
Do
added
believe.
up to a lot of things. I'm going to start with I have several things that I've finished that I do not have in my possession. So I'm going to start with those. Um, just because then I can show the photos and we'll move along. So first, you did see this if you watched our short distance stitchers episode, but I didn't really share it as a finish. But I stitched the Empress and I did not bring the notes. This is from a designer who sells on Etsy. If you are interested, I can let you know, just comment. The fabric is silver lining from Kaylee at the sewing shop. It's an 18 count black Ada and then the silver paint on it. And the silver is much shinier than it looks in this. So it is lovely. But this was for the tarot swap hosted by Michelle Bendy. And I had Michelle D. Chinook Crafter as my recipient. So that is why you all saw it last time we met, because we were all together and she brought it with her to show us. I don't know why it took me so long to think of those words. That was lots of fun. I haven't received my tarot yet, but this was like the chillest of chill tarot swaps. So I'm not worried about it. It will come in time and I will just wait until then. I also had a couple of round robin finishes. So I finished half the fun for my second most magnificent Ink Circles round robin participation. So this is Trina's pick, and she has a hand dye by Rolanda Fabric, a hand dye by Rolanda Floss. Did I write down what they were? Absolutely not. And it's no longer with me, it is with Pam for the last quarter. I stitched this section down here and it was more than half the fun. It was all the fun. Da-da-da, dad jokes. It made me want to pull out my half the fun, which I have not done since I did this, but yeah, I really liked it. I moved it right along. And you'll see the next one that I have up later on for plans. And then my second round robin finish in this time period was Ruby from Carolyn Manning, which I'm doing with Team 14 Count, who I did my first most magnificent Ink Circle round robin with, but we decided to do a Carolyn Manning one. This was a friggin' delight to stitch. All those reds. It was so much fun. The Carolyn Manning patterns I have found very soothing and relaxing, and I think I will start a giant one.
Yeah.
Whoever. That's full coverage. I don't do full coverage.
Yeah.
Usually anymore. But stay tuned on that, I guess. So my last one to share with you all is my finish for the Autumn Vibes ATC swap. This is Bootiful Blanket by Light of the Moon Studios, who is the incomparable Misfit Stitches, my friend Allie. I get to call her my friend. Very, very honoring. One of her little ghosties. She's got several in this series. This one, as I said, Beautiful Blanket with this beautiful afghan wrapping around this ghost. I did the ghost in DMC Glow in the Dark, and so that's really fun. Oh, I should have pulled that picture up. If you want to see it glow in the dark, it's on my Instagram somewhere. But it was a joy to swap. It is on its way to its recipient, who I will not name, so that it is a surprise for that person, because that person may or may not watch this. I don't know what they're doing these days. But I hope they love it when it arrives. So that was 4 of my finishes. I have 6 more things to talk about. Do you want to talk about some finishes before I talk about more finishes?
Yes.
Yes.
So I also finished my ATC swap, and it is also on its way to its recipient. This is a picture. There's a bit of a glare because I wrapped it in plastic. I wrapped it in a little plastic protector thingy.
So cute though.
Hello Pumpkin, which was a freebie, or not a freebie, but it was in a magazine. It was in a fall magazine. I don't remember this. If you want to know the designer, I will look it up. I will tell you that information, but I can't remember. And I didn't write it down. And then I also finished, so in our last video I had started my Quirky Quaker Crab and I have finished him. So now I have all my sea friends all finished on this piece of fabric. So
Beautiful.
jellyfish, my octopus, and my crab.
I love it.
Yes. Now I have to finish those in some sort of way. And then I also finished my Quirky Quaker Christmas ornament, which was the call from July.
Well, that one was also the one that was full diamant,
It's
so
all diamond and it's kind of a pain in the butt to stitch. And this bauble took quite a while.
did you do the green first?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
No, wait, no, I didn't. I did the silver first.
You did the silver first? Okay.
Yeah, I did the silver first.
I mean, it's still a pain, but
yeah, and then I did an outline of the green, and then I just filled it in. Yeah, that's what I did. But it still took quite a while. I did it while I was doing laundry.
Still a lot of diamond.
Yeah, a lot of diamond. And then on that piece of fabric is also my Christmas tree. So I have all my Christmas Quakers.
So many Quakers.
And I also finished Witch Ride by Barbara Anna. And I have it all folded up because I was looking at how I was going to finish it. I think I'm going to do a flat fold.
Nice.
I have some really nice fabric that will go well with that.
I support that plan 100%.
And I also finished Quirky Quaker Bee. And I finished this at the retreat.
You started it at the retreat.
I staffed it. I started and I was sitting with Nati and Vanessa, Stitcherness and Stitchy Nati, and I was asking them if they thought that my white wings were not showing up very well on my light fabric, and they said yes. And Vanessa gave me some. She was like, "Don't do it. Outline them, but don't do it in black. Do it in brown." And I was like, "Okay." So I started looking for a brown, and she gave me that's Classic Colorworks coffee, black coffee.
Okay.
And it was perfect. And so then we Googled what bee wings look like, and I just sort of, yeah. And so now I think it looks better because you can actually see the wings. And there's also
it makes them
white
really
flowers that you can't see, but like, yeah.
I can see the flowers. I can see them. So they're there.
And this is honeycomb fabric from Kaylee at the sewing shop.
Of course it's from Kaylee.
So yeah, it's showing up really well there actually. And that is that all my finishes? Yes, just a bunch of Quakers as per usual.
That's a good set of finishes.
Yeah.
Okay, what else did I finish? Let me pull my pile. So I was until Thursday, and now there's a new drop, but caught up with my Stitch for Pride 2024. So this is from Dee at Dee's 20 Stitches, and they have done 12 months of Stitch for Pride. So each motif is based on a different artist who is a member of the 2S LGBTQA plus community. And so every month Dee has been giving us learning about that artist and a pattern that they have designed inspired by that artist's work. So whilst we've been away, I have done August, which is this one, which is Hangama Amiri, who is an Afghan Canadian textile artist. And so this is inspired by their work. We have done September, which is this one. I have to think about it because I actually did September before I did August because I was behind. Yeah. September came out and I was like, oh, I will be able to count down instead of up from July. So the September one is Lehua Uakea, who is a Hawaiian, native Hawaiian textile artist. So they work a lot with traditional Hawaiian like kappa cloth textile. And so Dee translated different woven designs into that. And then October is Edward Gorey. If you were a spooky kid, you know who Edward Gorey is. I took inspiration from our dear Helen, the Diddy Stitcher, and I did the face. I used the purple, which is for November's project from our set of floss. I didn't say it. The fabric is Determination from Jessie at Mislaid Pages, and the flosses, I was able to get one of the limited offer floss packs from Jazz at the Knitting Nurse. And so they've been all the called for, but I've used a bit of extra colors. I put some in January in here just to make the eye stand out, for example. But yeah, so this is the November color. So November is going to go down here, and it's been released, and we can share that. But I don't think I'm alone in just being absolutely flabbergasted by this Edward Gorey one, though.
It's really good.
Perfect.
So good.
I have enjoyed and loved every single piece, right? Like, don't get me wrong, but just something about that Edward Gorey. And so I did the hair on the back of the head and the skull in the purple, the skull face. Yeah, so November's gonna go down here. November has been released. I can show you that now instead of talking about plans. And it is, the artist is Molly Vaughn, who I haven't heard about yet, but they are, she is, sorry, a trans artist and a art professor who uses her work to symbolize, sorry, I'm having troubles with my share on Zoom today, to symbolize the ongoing dehumanization and violence against trans people. So
that's cute.
This will be our November stitch. So I will be doing that shortly. Goes right below Edward Gorey, which then means December will go in here. I can't believe we're at the end. And then if you haven't yet watched these November update, he is working with his friend who did the fabric and floss for the spring fling box.
Oh, Al,
yeah, his friend Al, for Stitch for Pride 2025.
Oh,
so keep your eyes peeled. Do not buy it until I have mine. And go forth and conquer. So that's on my list of finishes. That's 3 finishes as well as a whip. That's my cross stitch math. I was going to show. So this is our color.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
November. I feel like I gave you more of the purple, which probably was unconscious.
Yeah, and
Megan
I already
loves
used
purple,
it.
so Megan should have the extras.
Yeah, I used it for the heart in my January one.
Yeah,
but I know I have lots left, so
yeah.
That should be okay.
Then I have 2 more safts. So first, oh no, I've got a 3rd finish too. This is Hope in Darkness from Tatreezing on Instagram. She hasn't been posting very much lately. She is a med student, I think it is, so life is probably just a lot. But I started this on October 7th on the 1-year anniversary of the most recent ongoing genocide in Palestine, just to sit and reflect with. I stitched it all in sulkies. So I converted it from the call for DMC.
That's really nice.
Yeah. So it is a line from a poem from Mahmoud Darwish called Inanna's Milk. And it says, "From my darkness, a moon will emerge." And then the pattern's called Hope in Darkness. Sort of symbolize that. This was not, she had designed it, Yusur had designed it before the current conflict. Like it wasn't a new pattern in the last year. But I felt that it was meaningful. I bought it ages and ages and ages ago, and then it's just been sitting there waiting for me to start, much like many things. But I wanted something to reflect on the last year, so I did. I also finished, this has been a car whip, as evidenced by my uncut threads. So can I call it finished? I don't know. This is from Deanna, Darling and Whimsy Designs. This was one of the Brennan Needle freebies from the 2023. That's the year, right? Yeah. Stitch North. And so Deanna pattern and then Brennan Needle floss and fabric little kit. This was not from the weekend we attended. This was from the weekend before, but they had extras, so I bought it. And then it says on the pattern Stitch North here, but I've decided that I'm gonna finish this so it is my name tag for my Stitch North lanyard. So I put my name in there, and then I might add my socials underneath. I gotta see. I have to pull out the lanyard and see how big it is in there. But this pattern is available in a slightly altered format in Deanna's Wild and Whimsy series, so you can get the bear. It's got a different border, and I think the trees are a little different. I did make a customization in that I completely missed that there was another little star there, but nobody knows. Don't even know why I told you. You wouldn't have known if I hadn't told you, but I love it. I love Deanna. And I think it'll be a really cute name tag. Speaking of Deanna, she had for her Patreons a little contest, and I won. So I got in the mail these 3 beautiful Brennan needle flosses, which are Turnt, Litha, and Twirly Tweet, which amazingly, I didn't own any of these ones yet.
Yeah.
So nice score for me. I got a note from Deanna where she thanked me for being her friend.
Oh.
I'm keeping this forever. And the contest was because she had chosen those colors to do a color conversion of the little hexes patterns from Dee and Kari. And so she thought she'd give out floss to see if anybody else wanted to stitch them in those colors. This is the first pattern I ever bought from Dee and Kari. Way back when, I think like October 2021. Like it's been a minute. And I never stitched them because that's what I do. I buy patterns and then I don't stitch them. So this was the perfect inspiration. So when my flosses appeared, I stitched the teacup little hex. This fabric is Mario Rainbow Race, 20 count from Kaylee at the sewing shop. And so it's dark, but not like fully black. And then it's got these splotches with color. It does very much Rainbow Race it, but I have to decide now. I haven't decided yet if I'm going to finish them individually or if I want to do either up from here or across with the other 2. So
Oh, that's so cute.
just hanging out for now. This was basically a 1-day stitch. I started it the night before. I got a few rows down on his head and then I did everything else. The ghost is the bulk of the stitching.
Yeah.
Obviously. So I assume the other 2 will be just as quick. By 1-day stitch, I mean a weekend stitch, not a workday stitch where, half an hour is sometimes. But I love it. It looks great. I'm going to do the other 2, and then I will still have basically full hanks of floss. So thank you, Deanna. I think that's it for my finishes.
Wow.
It's everything I wrote down. So if there was anything else, it doesn't count anymore. I feel like I know we're talking about like 2 months of worth of stuff, but I feel like I didn't do anything from like the last week of July until mid-September. And so I've just made up for it extra hard.
Yeah, totally. Over the last month. Yeah.
Yeah. Did you start anything that we haven't seen yet?
I did. I
Ooh,
started 3 things. So I started all of these projects I started at Stitch North. So because I finished my Quirky Quaker bee, I start my next one. So my next one is going to be the cow, and I'm going to do a purple cow because we're all doing different cows. But I just started with the white outline. And
excellent.
this is an ornament cut from Kaylee at the sewing shop.
Who else?
Nice green background. So I started that one, and then I also wanted to start my Quirky Quaker snail.
Yay. So good.
And I kitted that one up entirely at Stitch North. So this was my start. So this is also, I bought another ornament pack from Kaylee at the show. And then this is a
Excellent.
hand dyed by Rolanda floss, this sort of like purple to yellow
Yeah, that's
variegated.
one skein of floss.
Yeah. And I'm gonna do the whole outline and then his tail in that color. And I'm doing, there's like little mushrooms. I'm gonna do those in red and white.
Oh, nice.
Mushrooms.
Some poisonous mushrooms.
Yeah. And then this is also something that I completely kitted up and started at Stitch North. So first of all, I bought this medium-sized bag from Kaylee because she has bags that are even smaller now. And this was one of the freebies that we got in our swag bags. So this is small fall sewing from
So
Tiny Water.
cute.
And I really liked it and I wanted to start it right away. And I had also bought this fabric from Kaylee. This is called Pumpkin Spice.
Mm, so good.
It's so good. There's my tiny little start in the corner. It's gonna be like this big.
That's fine. Then
And
you have the
I
fabric for other things.
we also got these thread beds from Simply Stitched. I
Nice.
think it was from Simply Stitched. No, someone else made them. Someone at the retreat made them, not one of the vendors. Anyway, I can't remember. But she apparently showed up the day of on Thursday and was like, "Oh, I have something for the swag bags," and she had made
Enough for
200 of
everybody.
these.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's impressive. Good job,
I
person.
can't remember her name. I feel bad. If someone else was there, please tell me her name because we didn't even find out until the last day when Carolyn was giving out the prizes. She told us who made those, and
Hmm.
these are all the colors that I have for this. So
Nice.
there's one. This is a Roxy floss. This was in the discount bin.
Love me a
There's
discount then.
3 hand dyed by Rolandas. It's brown, blue, and orange. And then 2 more. Oh, this one was also in the discount bin. And then this red. This is cherry pie. I bought all of the reds apparently. You'll see. There's more. There's more coming. But yeah, so now I have my little fall kit. And I was gonna cut the corner of this to like so that it's easier to work on, but I just haven't gotten around to doing it. So it was like I didn't even have like a frame to put it in when I was starting it at the retreat. So I was just like holding it like this and like stitching on the little corner.
We love it.
Yeah. And yeah, that's all my starts.
Fantastic. So I have 2 more starts that you haven't seen. They're kind of mixed up in a pile. So I forgot kind of that I'd shown you all this other stuff. So they're not really starts, they're whips. So I have 2 actual starts. One is I started Autumn Quaker. So I'm stitching this. So our friend Steph Pocket Roddy asked the internet if folks wanted to do a round robin of Autumn Quaker. So I am participating. There are 4 of us, Steph, Rachel, Pam, and myself. And so we've decided we're each going to do a set of motifs. So I'm doing sort of this top corner, and then it'll go on. Somebody else will do 4 and 4, and however it breaks down, right? So we'll all end up stitching the whole pattern. People can do as many little doodads. It's nice because we don't have to send the floss because everybody's using DMC. So you
Mhm.
just keep your DMC, you keep your pattern, and you're literally just sending the
Oh, yeah, I didn't
project.
even think of that. That's
Yeah,
really
that's
good.
it's a nice
Yeah,
bonus because,
and then you're just
like, you
stitching on
just send the
different
fabric.
fabric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I am stitching mine on Kaylee. I don't know if you know Kaylee, but Kaylee has a fabric shop, the sewing shop. This is an 18 count. What is this one called? Nothing Rhymes with Orange.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
I recognize that one. I have a
Yeah,
lot of that
it,
fabric.
it's a fantastic fabric. It is more orange than currently showing up. My lighting, I don't know
Yeah,
this morning.
it's
Usually
kind of
it's
going green a little bit, but
pretty
yeah.
standard, but it does, this is making the modeling really stand out.
Mhm.
So I've started my motifs a little bit, but I forget exactly when we're sending, November, December. I know I'm not going to get my full corner done. So I decided I worked my way over and I did the full outline of the acorn so that there's something really consistent for everybody else to count off of.
Mhm.
Um, and I will continue to pick away at this. I'm hoping to at least have the outline done of the motifs that I'm supposed to do before I send it off. Um, I mean, the only person I'm hurting by not having more done is myself because it means there's more for me to finish when it comes back. That's a better representation of the color. Um, this acorn is gigantic.
You big, yeah.
I knew it was a big portion of the project, but
Yeah.
until I actually stitched it on there, um,
Mhm.
and I was like, oh, it's really close to the bottom, but it actually like it is really it's
Yeah.
closer to the
It's
bottom than the
basically
top
the
of
whole middle.
the squirrels, right? So
Yeah.
I'm not I have lots of space. I'm not worried about fabric but for a minute there I was. So
Yeah.
but this is Lila Studio. I don't think I said that out loud. Round robin style. And I will get to where I get to on that. So that is that. And then so you've probably heard by now that Unconventional Cross Stitch had a house flyer, and um, like the business is run out of the house. And
Mhm.
so they have lost all of the physical assets of their business, which is devastating.
Mhm.
And so, in order to just promote people still purchasing PDFs, and just supporting them at this time, if you notice the sharp cut, it's because my brain broke. So, in order to support unconventional cross stitch, Kaylee at the sewing shop and Jay, who is and I just had it open and then I don't even remember, who is the dot xstitch dot up on um, Instagram, partnered together to do a giveaway. And there's still time to enter if you enter by tomorrow, the 4th. Theoretically, I'm going to have this up today. We'll see how it goes. Um, but if you start a new project between October 7th and November 4th from Unconventional Cross Stitch, they will enter you in a drawing for a Kaylee bag and a gift card to buy more projects from Unconventional Cross Stitch. So Unconventional Cross Stitch does large full coverage patterns. I am not a full coverage stitcher. That's something I have learned about myself. But I couldn't resist when I saw this piece by Aja Trier, the original artwork. Van Gogh Never Met the Fellowship. I chose the small one. You can do this bigger and it is less pixelated, but I knew I would never finish that. This is quote unquote only 200 by 200 stitches. So I thought it would be reasonable. So I have done a little start on that. I conveniently had some 25 or 28 count easy grid because that's what I had been doing the Hade I had started on, but I have abandoned the Hade. You can tell it's over here a little bit. And my fabric is a little bit dirty, but it'll come out when I wash. It's fine. But I have done a start. I'm at like 2 point something percent already. That feels very accomplishable. I'm using Markup RX, which I bought way back when they were like, oh, we're going to move to a subscription model. And I was like, oh, I will just buy it. I don't know if I'll ever use it, but um, Pattern Keeper never seems to be coming out for Apple products, and I'm not going to buy a tablet just for Pattern Keeper.
Mhm.
Anyways, I'm liking using the Markup RX. I'm just pulling. I have all the floss in a bag right now. I just bought new floss, whatever. So I didn't like put them on floss drops to begin with. So I'm just pulling one, picking the color in the Markup RX, and then stitching it.
Mm.
I'm just doing it a strand at a time. So I think my strategy will probably change over time, but that's what I'm doing to begin with. Um, but you can already see the flow of the Starry Night coming out, which is fun. Um, I'm like, I have stitches more than 50 away across, not quite 50 down, but that's pretty, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how long I keep at it, but it's been fun so far. I'm stitching it 2/1 tent stitch style.
Mm.
As I said on my Instagram post, that's the way Kaylee would want me to do it. Um, Kaylee tent
True.
stitch. I'm probably not doing like a proper tent stitch model. And I am doing some quote unquote extreme cross country because I'm just going until I run out of a strand of floss.
Until you
So,
can go no more.
pardon?
Until you can go no more.
Exactly. Exactly. Right. I'm just have a long one, doing a loop start, and just doing as many little half stitches as I can. Those are my starts. Have you worked on other things?
I have. What have I worked? I have worked on. So in September, way back when, I did work on my funky menagerie for a little while.
Ooh,
I really want to finish it because it's one of my oldest whips at this point. So that is what it's going to look like soon. And I worked on it for, I think, 10 hours
that's a
as part of
wow.
2 different pick-a-whip prompts. So we're getting pretty close, folks.
Have you haven't done any of the border yet, right?
I started it.
Oh,
That's
down at the very bottom. Okay, yeah,
tiny
okay.
little bit at the bottom. I did mix. There's a few counting errors here at the top. These animals are all a little squished together, so I don't want to count off them for border.
But my thought process was, what if you didn't put the border on it and you put it in a hoop finish?
I mean, I guess I could. I do
If you
like
want to. If you
I
want
like
to.
the border though.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah.
I like it. I will. I am going to stick.
It was a decent border to stitch because she has
Yeah,
used swapping colors so much and things like that. It didn't get too
yeah,
monotonous. So
yeah. Like it's like 2 different borders because the sides and the bottom and top are totally different.
yeah,
But yeah, I didn't want to like start it at the top because I know it's going to be off.
yeah.
So I have to figure out where I'm. Yeah. But anyway, yeah, it's looking good.
How many you have? Do you have any like critters left?
I have a snail in this corner, and then the beaver and
Oh,
the light fish guy, and then there's
anglerfish.
a little weird little I don't know what that is.
Well, some of them might not be realistic.
There's some yeah.
Okay.
There's three
Okay, yeah,
more
I
over
can
here, and
see that.
then one more up here, and then everything else is done.
Nice.
And there's a couple in the border
Yeah.
on the top, but that's it. So not a lot. And the those ones will be quick because they're only like 2 colors.
So
Yeah.
question, are you going to try for a 2024 finish on that one?
I don't know because I still have quite a few. I'm behind on a lot of other Whipco calls, but this will definitely be top of my list when I'm picking stuff to finish next year
Nice.
because it'll definitely be a quick finish. And I'm spoiler alert, I'm turning 40 next year, so
What?
I really want to finish 40 of my current whips between now and my birthday next year. Because I don't want to have 68 whips anymore. I find it a little overwhelming, and especially when I'm going through my whip bin and I pick up stuff that I'm like, I could easily finish this, but I
Yeah.
have so many other things that I'm starting and working on, and it's just like
Yeah.
you have to stop. Yeah, so I that one will definitely be top of the list to finish because it'll be quick. And I also worked on my Duckworth Street Sampler quite a bit because I think I also picked it for a couple different pick-a-whip prompts. And that is this
So good.
house. It is so good. And I've kind of just been filling in the house, and then I started doing some of the letters over here.
Nice.
So, yeah,
I love the colors on that so much.
yeah, it's so good. The floss is so good to work with. And I also worked on my Stitch for Pride, which I don't need to show a picture of because y'all just saw Megan's completed one. So I am ungovernable, and I didn't follow directions, so mine's all mixed up. So I started my October one. There he is.
Looking so good.
Mine is the called for on the outside, and then his face is a hand dyed by Rolanda that I just picked up.
It's funny, the called for looks so much more gray on that fabric.
Yeah, it's the exact same floss. Isn't
Right?
that so weird?
But the light stands out so much more because your
Yeah.
background is darker. I think that's why it looks more
Yeah.
gray than the purple tones that are in there.
Isn't that interesting?
Color.
This is where we're at now. So now that I've seen November, I have my plans. So I'm gonna have enough room here for September to go where it belongs. December will fit in here. I counted it, we're good. Because the space that's there in like the final pattern, I'll have enough.
Yeah.
And then I can put July, August, and November
Nice.
across the bottom.
Nice.
And then I think we'll be good. And I might just sort of like
Center them.
squish them in a little bit and then like spread them out more.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, that's the plan. And I have a funny story because I was stitching on this at Stitch North, and I had it, in my hoop, and I was stitching like this, and some girl from across the room saw this pattern, the barbed wire, and she goes, "Is that a Stitch for Pride?" And I was like, "Yes." And she came over, and her sister was working on it, Leslie, and so she showed me hers, and I was like, "What is your fabric?" And she held up the rest of it, and she was like, "I don't know what it's called, but it's from Kaylee. She's over there, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Oh my God, it's the same as this one. It's Watercolor Falls." But hers was linen, so it looked like different, but like the colors were basically the same. And it was like this exact, yeah. And she was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much. I didn't know what it was called." And I was like, "Yeah, that's definitely Watercolor Falls. It's just like a 36 count linen or whatever." So I made some friends. All because of Stitch for Pride.
The way it should be.
Exactly. And then the last thing that I have been working on, which I've been working on quite a bit lately, is my Under the Sea Sal.
Yeah.
Which I started at Stitch North in 2022 and then didn't touch for an entire calendar year. So,
Stitch North I didn't go to.
yeah, the very first one. So I've worked on this. I started working on this at the Banff retreat. I did this little turtle and then and some of these fishies. So I finished all these fishies. I finished all these turtles. I finished most of this diver. This diver is pretty much finished, except she needs her scuba tank. These otters are almost done. This one just needs a face. And then I started my top border. So now I know that this is the top. So we're okay for border.
Well, you got lots of room there.
Yeah. I was a lot more worried about the bottom, which is good because now I'm not stitching the bottom border. So this is gonna be the bottom. And I'm just gonna there's like a line underneath here that I'll stitch just to be like the bottom. And then there's like the border that like comes down to like about here. But yeah, so now I'm working on this section of coral.
Nice.
And then there's some more fishies. I think there's more here maybe. And then
filling in some of those gaps.
Yeah. But yeah. And then I'll do the top, the anchor over here, and then bring the rest of the border down.
You're gonna finish this one this year, right?
I really want to finish this year. I think I can do it.
I believe in you.
I'm using it for 3 WIPGO calls, so I'm gonna do 30 hours on it. I've already done 19 hours, and I'm pretty dang close. So
yeah.
I think I'll get pretty close in my 30 hours and then I'll just keep going until it's done. So yeah, but that was everything I've worked on.
Nice, nice. I have a pile of whips. Because I've been a little random, a little hectic. These are in no particular order. I'll actually start with this guy. So this is my turkey owl. This one has been a work slash car project as well. So I have basically almost all the stitching done. I have some back stitching still to do, but before I do that, I'm going to be doing some beading. Maybe I should do it before the beading. I don't know. All the crosses are done.
Mm-hmm.
And I put his little face in, and then there's more back stitching in the feathers to make them stand out more. But I haven't done a single bead yet, so that will be what I do. That can no longer be an office slash car project, so it's in
Mm-hmm.
pile now to get done. And now
Yeah, you gotta do that like at a
yeah.
table.
Yeah. So that'd be a pretty quick finish. I mean, there's a lot of beads on that one, but then I have Alberta from Pigeon Coop Designs. Did I bury my? I did. Just because it might be a little see-through. So this one I started when we were in Banff. Michelle started hers too. Megan did not. This was what we were originally going to all start, and then we picked the Raven instead. So I had just done the outline, like I had done the dark green. So I put in the light green. I put in the mountains and the sky, with the exception that I haven't done the B5200 yet. It just looks white because of the fabric. And so now I just have to do the lake. So I might just whip this one out for a finish this afternoon. I'm not leaving my house other than for my boss walk. So I cannot get my angle right now. But it is 1/1 on 28 count. It'll need a bath to get rid of the grid, but it's so cute and tiny.
It is so cute.
It kind of makes me tempted to do all the other ones, but I don't think I care about Canada that much. They're just really pretty. Next in my pile, I have Toonies, which I also started at Banff, and I've worked on just a little bit. I forget how much I had. I had like part of his head, I think.
Oh
So
yeah, you've done lots.
And started the body. This I ended up doing one line too short in the white here, which nobody will ever know, and I was able to compensate for it elsewhere, so I don't have to recount everything. But I love it so much. Again, it's not going to be very big. If I just sat down and did it,
yeah,
I could finish it. Yeah, I'm stitching this. So the fabric is razzmatazz or something like that from Roxy. I don't know if it's part of their regular line. I got it at Stitch North 2023, and it felt like the name was on a post-it note, like they just named it in the moment. So I don't know if it became part of the permanent line. I've never gone to look. I have a giant piece of this fabric, so
I don't remember seeing it on the table.
Yeah, I think it was a one of a kind, but they just came up with a name for it. And then I have all the called for Brindle Needle flosses for it, and I've got I've shown before, but I'm gonna do the chick, the little baby loon, in Whisper to make it fuzzy. That's that one. I have done a little bit more on my Orchard Raven, which was our group Stitch North start. This one is a Pigeon Coop Designs. I think I've got, yeah, I've got the cover photo for this one I can show you. I have finished on this all of the DMC. So, or not all, it's all DMC. I finished all the 310. So all the black in that Raven is done. And so that's a big substantial chunk of that pattern. And I'll just keep plucking away on it. This one's an okay car stitch because I'm stitching it in hand, and it's the fabric. Why, yes, I can tell you the fabric. The fabric is 18 count partridge from Kaylee at the sewing shop. This was my September fabric of the month. I believe I showed it on our short distance stitchers as well. I did my beautiful blanket out of that corner down there.
That's what
But I thought that it had very good autumn vibes for this one. So I'll keep working on it. I was showing my mother-in-law and some other family at Thanksgiving how to do pin stitches and loop starts and
Mm.
fun cross stitch tricks. Um, I honestly can't remember if I've worked on this or not since we did our short distance stitchers. I did the
Mm.
bulk of this. I mean, I did the whole thing while I was on my little trip, but the bulk of it at our retreat. This is, oh, I didn't open. This is Plants and Petrichor.
Mhm.
Part 10 has dropped. I'm so behind. Um, I'll just keep working on it. It's fine
Mhm.
frog stitching. I do love it. I've just been stitching on other things.
Yeah.
Um, Other than the fact that that window is full coverage, it's probably pretty quick to catch up,
Yeah.
right? The drops are quite reasonable and small. So much
Mhm.
like my femurs and fungi, I just need to sit down and do it. Much like anything. Much like anything. My next one is Stardust by Carriage House Samplings, which I also started at our back retreat. And I've just done a little bit more. So I had just to start on the owl. And so
Mhm.
I finished all
Oh,
the deeds with
nice.
the owl and started the outline of the tombstone to go back and
Mhm.
count for the moon and the stars and stuff. But this fabric is Wrath by Jessie at Mislaid Pages. It's a 40 count linen that I have. I have my Roxy Floss needle minder that Carrie gave us when we were in Banff. And yeah, I've just plucked away at this every now and again, just picked it up because it's easy. I am doing I've converted all the colors. I did not grab my colors. I'm basically choosing with my heart from
I
over
love it.
flosses.
Mhm.
I think mostly Hendai by Rolanda, so they're not named or anything. So there is a bit of variation in that black. It's not just 310, just 310. Nothing is just anything.
No.
I'm gonna keep going because there's more. From Yalda to
Oh,
Naru's,
wow.
which is my emotional support whip. So I take it places. So I have finished the Band of Suns
Mhm.
completely, and then I have started on these flowers and bees. So I'm doing the green. This is a sulky variegated. Can I tell you which one it is? No, because I do not have it with me here. And then I'm going to do red for the flowers, and then the little bees will be yellow and black.
Mhm.
Although I might use that new Verlanda one that you are doing your snail in.
Ooh, yeah.
It
That'd
might
be good.
come out good. I'll take a look at it. I didn't have it when I was first pulling colors for this, obviously. But
Mhm.
I'm getting so close. I still have to go back and fill in this, so that'll probably be what I do next. But I didn't. I was stitching on this. We were visiting with Daniel's aunt, so I didn't want to like actually look at how I was moving things around to go back and start that
Mhm.
when I finished the sun. So I just started on the next band. But
Yeah.
this is Easy Breezy Lemon Squeezy.
Mhm.
Also from Kaylee at the sewing shop, 18 count. Um, I feel like I might switch up the fabric that I get from her. I'm not going to stop my fabric of the month.
Hmm.
I might get something other. I have a lot of Kaylee 18 count,
Yeah.
and that's not necessarily a problem in my life.
Yeah.
But maybe I should expand my horizons a bit.
Mhm. Are you gonna get like a linen or something, do you think?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll take
She's
a
got
look
a
at
lot of
it.
nice linen.
Next up, in the last 2 months, I've had 2 sessions with Helen, the Diddy Stitcher, to work on our Angels of Love together. This is a lavender lace pattern. It is, I'm not really 100% clear if her patterns are out of print or not, but you can still buy them. Like I ordered it from a shop. I didn't have to get it
Oh,
or
because
anything.
somebody at Stitch North was talking about this particular one, and I was like, I know 2 people that are stitching that, and but she
It
said that
is,
she was looking for it, but she could only find it on eBay.
I
But
bought it from eBay, but like a shop on eBay, not like a auction.
oh, okay, interesting.
And it
Hmm.
was like $8. It wasn't,
It wasn't like 400 or
no,
whatever, something
no.
crazy. Yeah.
Um, right. It doesn't seem to come up as much like when people are posting on like the Facebook buy and sell
Right.
all of their lavender and lace. She's
Yeah.
very rarely in it.
Hmm.
Um, she does have a very different aesthetic than all of the other ones, right? Like I just think
Yeah.
she, she's in a different category.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, I don't think it's hard to find. Maybe it is
Yeah.
hard to find. I didn't. like when I decided I was going to do it, I asked the internet and about the pattern. Like I didn't have to hunt for it or anything. I forget.
Wow.
I feel like the last time I had finished her head. And so I've started, I added some, you can see they're shiny in there. I've added
Yeah.
the kind it. I have not stitched any of it with 2 threads. So you can, if you're really close, see the fabric, but I don't think it matters. If I
No.
decide it matters as I fill in more, then I'll go back. I've done a bunch of this blue in here. I think the blue in the sleeves, the darker one, is completely like I've already started moving down here. And then this last time I stitched with Helen, I was filling in this lighter blue.
It's nice.
She's coming along. I decided that when I go to Newcastle, which I don't know if we've talked about on it, I'm going to Newcastle next year. I'm going to go to the Sweary Stitcher retreat that is happening just down the street from Helen. And then I'll have a grand old adventure. I say grand old because it's England.
Yeah.
I'm a dork.
It's pretty grand.
Jolly old England. Which I gotta decide what I'm doing. But I've decided I'm going to very carefully take her with me so that we can photograph them together.
Yes.
Right. We'll have another year of progress on them and
yeah.
where we're at.
Do you even have a finish?
I'm not gonna be long, and I've done none of the beading. No, she will not be done in a year. Unless I only wanted to work on her for a while.
Yeah.
And I love her, but I love everything else too. I was feeling autumnal, so I pulled out my Autumn Strolls Make Thankful Souls. I think it's just called Autumn Strolls by Lindy Stitches. I love these birds so much. I'm stitching this on, I think it's called Coastal. It's a Picture This Plus. It's a 36. I'm doing 2/2 on this. And I finished that turkey and I put in the border below. I'm not going to finish the border. It's not eyelets. I don't know. It's fancy stitches. I don't want it to get pulled in the frame while I'm stitching the rest of it. So I'll come back to that, but that's done. And I don't want to, not like super into this little medallion. So I think I'm just going to put one of those stars from the other side in that space, but I hadn't decided yet.
Totally.
I'm stitching this with the called for because I bought a kit before I knew better. So I'm not going to talk too much about it, but lots of different options if you wanted to stitch that with different colors. I love it. Two more. I worked on my bell pull, not as much as some other folks, such as Jazz, who was a late joiner, who's like here, maybe even down into here now, I think. They are just knocking it out. But I did get my second moon done. And so I'm ready to go into the third one. This fabric is by a shop we don't talk about much, Kaylee at the Sewing Shop. She dyed it special for us, and she is also part of our moon phase, our Aurora moon phase bell pull stitch along. My fabric is really wrinkly because it's been in the Q-snap cover, but Kaylee did an amazing job on these fabrics. And mine's going to come like it's going to be in the green at the bottom. So that's how I lined it up. But it took a long time to decide which direction and which side and this, that, and the other, because honestly, it would have looked good no matter where.
Yeah.
And then if you've seen Helen and Amy for sure, and I'm not sure if anybody else has, but I decided I wanted a little moose in there, and they started at the bottom. So their mooses are already in there because everybody's on the moose train because yes. So that's really fun to see what that future moose will look like for me when I get there.
I haven't decided yet if I'm going to do a moose. Maybe.
My pile just fell over. I'm going to deal with that later. And And then the last thing I worked on in just one day was my Namari tapestry. It's gonna be done March. And then I was like, oh no, I'll do make it to Mordor May. And then I was like, in my brain, I was like, oh, maybe I could finish before we were done for a year. And then no. I am gonna do a fellowship of the Zoom Stitch next weekend. Is it next weekend already? Yeah, it's next weekend. So watch for an email, folks. And if you are not in the fellowship and you want to join us, send me a DM on Instagram. So I will get more work on this done soon. I am like it's relatively like if I just sat down and did it, territory. But I'm being very distracted and it will take what it takes.
Mhm.
If you haven't seen, Jacob released a Dwarven Lord of the Rings pattern. And so I have a need.
Yeah.
I don't know where he thinks we have all this time.
Right? Hmm. And they're not small. They're all huge.
They're gigantic.
Yeah.
Even the dragon, um, like it's smallish, but it's
Mhm.
not small, right? Um, I'll get there. I'll just keep working on it. I do
Yeah.
love it still. This is a one of a kind Roxy floss, but they do have, I forget what it's called, but they have a brown that is similar. That is part of the standard line if you like the brown. Asparagus, oyster, and then I've got the gold Forbidden Fiber Company one that I have been sprinkling in. I think that's all I have to say about that. I still do love
Really
it.
good. I like your green on the brown. Looks
It
really
looks so good.
good.
And I have so much left because I did my floss math so wrong. I'm pretty
Oh.
sure I calculated it as though I was doing 2 strands.
Oh yeah.
I never intended to do 2 strands, so I
Yeah.
just can't count. That's all.
Whatever.
But
It's a good color.
maybe my dwarf one could be in matching colors on a different fabric. We'll see. We'll see. That is all of my whips. And for those of you at home who weren't keeping count, that was 23 things I worked on. 23. If we count each of the Stitch for Pride separately, 21 if we don't. You do
Yeah.
your cross stitch math, I'll do my cross stitch math. Who am I? Who am I? And 10 of those were finishes. And
Yeah.
of those, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 were saps. 9 of the 10 were saps. The only one that wasn't was my Wild and Whimsy beer that I started months ago. Who am I?
No, you had a really good month.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how the rest of the month goes. I have a work trip, which sometimes results in a lot more stitching if I am antisocial and hang out in the hotel room, and sometimes it results in less stitching if I'm not. We'll see. I'm not sure exactly what all the plans are while I'm there. Anyways, I'm showing up. I'm showing up for a thing. I'm meeting with some people. I'm gonna go look at the ocean. I mean, I'm gonna go to a town on the ocean for a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
The ocean. It's November. I'm not gonna touch it. But
Yeah.
done.
It'll still be warm.
Um, so I think we both have a pretty significant haul pile. Do we
Yeah.
want to talk about plans first in case people don't want to?
Yeah, some of my plans directly relate to some of my haul.
Some of mine does too.
So we can do like a brief non-related to that plans.
Okay.
And then yeah.
And then get into the haul.
Yeah. So for example, I'm gonna finish Under the Sea Sal. That's priority one. So I'm just gonna keep working on that till it's done.
Yeah.
I'm gonna finish those two Quakers, the cow and the snail. I want to work a little bit more on my all small sewing before I put it away. And
Mhm.
my I believe my Raven and my Aurora Moon pull are still on Q snaps, so I want to work on those before I take them off the Q snaps. And then my calls, my Whipco calls. So we have them for the rest of the year because there's only two numbers left. So for November, what do we have? Come on, Notion. So November called Stitches Sampler. And I think I'm gonna work on my fruit sampler because I think I can finish it as well. And that's another really old whip that I really want to finish ASAP. And then my other one is a seasonal stitch. So for November, a seasonal stitch, I think I was gonna do my Quaker pumpkins, because that was like a birthday start for me a few years ago. So I'd really like to work on
Yeah,
that.
nice to get out and work on it again.
Yeah, I'm definitely not gonna finish it, but you know. And then I have for October there was a call for a full coverage project that I haven't even touched yet. So, although I guess I could start my unconventional
Yeah,
cross
if you
stitch.
start it today, you can
Yeah,
get in
I can enter the
on the
thing.
contest. So.
And I don't need to have it fully kitted up to start. I just need
No, you just
something
need
to start it.
one color, one of the
Yeah.
colors.
So yeah, that's, and then my other one for October and for September was gonna be Under the Sea, so I'm gonna keep working on those. And then for Quirky Quaker Whip Go, so the cow and the snail are my next two. For September was the cow, and the flying animal was the bee, so that one's done for September. And then, so for November, furry animal. So I'm gonna do this squirrel because I've had that pattern for forever as well. And something sparkly. So I've already started the like Happy Holidays preview one that we got, which is on like a opal fabric. So I'm gonna finish that. So that'll be my something sparkly, and then for October I still have to do something blue, and I was gonna do the fishbone, the Quirky Quaker fishbone
Nice.
in a blue fabric, and then that will catch me up for November. And then I think for my pick a whip, I can't remember. So I did the same as Michelle, where it was like something from someone else's whip parade, and I did my Stitch for Pride. And then I'm gonna keep working on the Duckworth Street sampler because I think I selected that for. Oh yeah, the next one is something with a house or a building. So I'll keep working on that one because it's got a house. And then that was it. And then I'll be caught up on that. So I'm gonna do like 15 hours on the Duckworth Street sampler.
Makes sense.
And yeah, and then I have a few starts soon, but that is related to stuff in my haul.
We'll get to them.
So
We'll get to them. Yeah.
apparently I'm joining like 3 more cells. So yeah.
So plan wise for me, I want to finish this before Yalda this year. So that's my plan. So I will keep working on this. It's a good travel one, so I'll take it with me for my trip. Maybe I'll only take it. What if I finish it though?
To take something else just in case. An insurance project.
Yeah. I do have a fairly lengthy airport layover. Because it takes 2 planes to go west. Gotta go south north. So I'm gonna work on that. I'm gonna work on my Namari tapestry for the Zoom call at least. I'm gonna work on my moon phase bell pull. Helen and I'm sure we'll pick a date to work together. Going to do my round robins. So I have them both with me. So this is Sweetheart from Carolyn Manning. So this is Michelle May Moose Mama's pick for our Carolyn Manning round robin. So I'll be stitching this last bottom piece.
Great.
It's gorgeous. So she decided she didn't like the border, so we don't do the border. And then the pattern I think we had a discussion about this. I feel like it calls for white in it, but she's not doing it or something. I don't know. But it's gorgeous. So I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to this.
Is it just not, is it just empty then? It's just
Yeah,
negative
yeah,
space?
it's just the
Oh,
fact.
yeah. No, it's great.
It's in classic colorworks. So nice floss to work with, and the colors are just gorgeous. I haven't dug into the package deep enough to know. I don't know if those were the Culper colors or if she did
Conversion.
whatchamacallit conversion. Yeah. But I will work on that one.
Mm-hmm.
And I also have Ink Circle Round Robin. So this is Pam, Hobbies and Hyper Focus, Forest Path. And Pam did a conversion. It's all DMCs, including at least one of the variegated
Oh,
DMCs.
oh wow.
But the colors are amazing. In fact,
Yeah.
I'm not even sure what the fabric is. Again, I literally, like, these have been here a week for this, a little bit longer for that. And I only opened them to pull them out for this. So I'm seeing it fresh with you, but it's
I
gorgeous.
like that a lot.
So I cannot wait to stitch on this because
That's really nice.
just it's really, I know everybody who's worked on this in other round robins has been very like pleased
Yeah.
with the feeling of the stitch. So the last thing that's in my plans, which is also, I'm just gonna segue into haul because so I bought this from Evertote when they posted this. I needed to have it. So this came, since you saw me last, it came with a little, it's got a little notion bag that matches, or a small project bag, 2 for 1. And so I have my Miss Lucy in School for Girls lesson 1, which I got from Helen. I snagged it before she put it on the freebie table at Stitch North. And it says, trick or treat, stitches neat or prickly needles stick your feet. And I did a floss conversion, just picking from what I had. So these are the colors I'm going to use. They're 3 Gasts and a Classic Colorworks. And then I auditioned 8,000 fabrics for it, but I have landed on Dirt Track. It needs to be 40 count because if Helen doesn't use her second frame for something else, then I get the second frame. So it has to be the right size, whether or not I get the frame. My suitcase has to be big enough to bring the frame home. But this is Dirt Track from Fox and Rabbit. So I picked this up when I was at Traditional Stitches. It also had to be a big piece because I need it. It needs to be longer than this, so it needs to go this way. But it means I'll have a big piece left for something else.
Yeah.
After, so the fabric is really pretty. It is warmer than my camera is giving off right now. Everything's coming out a little cooler, but so I'm gonna start that imminently. So I can get working on it. And so I popped it in this bag because they were just sitting there. It's all kitted up, ready to go. And then otherwise, plan wise, I have a lot of whips that I haven't touched in a really long time. Yes. And I keep telling myself, oh, I'm gonna do it this way, I'm gonna do it that way. I'm just not. I'm just gonna make a random wheel. I'm gonna work on them. And if I really am not driving it, I might UFO it. And like it could be a UFO for now, or it could be a UFO forever. But I'm not going to behold myself to all these whips just because I still like how something looks. If I haven't worked on it for 3 years, maybe I don't want to do it. Some things I know why I haven't worked on it, like my Shores of Hawker and Hollow. It's because the next block I have to do is basically a full coverage block. So I might just skip to the next one. And then that will, like, you know, reinvigorate my interest. Maybe I can do like a little bit of the full coverage, a little bit of, right, like mix it up a bit.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe I should see, I think you can buy that as a PDF. Maybe I should just buy the pattern again and put it in my markup, and that might make me like the full coverage piece better too.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll stitch that part 10 stitch.
Yeah, you can.
It might look different than the rest, but who cares?
from far away, no one will know.
Yeah. But yeah, so I want to start moving through some of this stuff. I mean, some of them are quite small, and I can probably just, if I actually just sit down and work on them, I will finish them. And some of them are quite large, and I should just spend some time with them. So I'm not like beholding myself to like, oh, you have to touch every project by the end of the year, but I should just, if I'm getting the itch for a new start, I'm just gonna spin my wheel because I haven't worked on them in so long. It's basically a new start.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
On Michelle's Twitch last week, I think it was last week. I think there's going to be a work my whip / start my start round robin next year, where you send either a work in progress or like kitted up project that you just haven't started out, and it's not necessarily that like you'll get back a finished piece, but progress will have been made, something will have been started, that sort of thing. Details to be confirmed. There was a couple people who volunteered to like help organize it, so I'm sure we'll see something about it. But I like that idea, right? Something that like has just been lingering on your list that you aren't ready to part with, but maybe it needs to be shown some love by somebody else to reinvigorate your passion for it. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
That after I was like, I'm not going to do any round robins next year because I have this autumn Quaker one that I'm doing. But this is different, right? It's different.
I don't think I'm gonna do any swaps, and I don't think I'm gonna do any new project round robins. But when when I hear more about how this one is gonna work, I might we'll see.
By swaps, do you include the ATCs or just the bigger swap?
Yeah, because
Yeah.
even that, I'm like, it's so like it takes a lot of time away from like I really want to finish 40 things. I really want to get a lot of stuff off my whip list.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I just unless there's one like because even with this most recent one, like the Winter Wonderland one, because like I saw the thing and I couldn't instantly think of what I would have stitched, so I was like, I'm not gonna sign up. Whereas like the fall one, as soon as I saw that, I was like, I know exactly what I want to stitch because I had wanted to do that one for a while because I was like, oh, I really like this, but like, what would I do with it? And then it was like
In
perfect for
your
NPC.
autumnal display behind you.
I mean, right? But yeah, so unless I see it and I instantly know what I would stitch for it, I'm not gonna sign
Yeah,
up.
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. Okay. Maybe just before we go deep haul, I do have, I thought I left it nearish the top. There we go. I did get my swap, my ATC.
I also
So
have mine, but
yeah,
it's mixed in
it's
with other things.
it's deep in the Stitch North stuff.
Yeah.
So my friend Mandy, Stitching Bee 82, who is part of my Carolyn Manning 14 count round robin, which we haven't talked if we're going to do a round robin. When I say I'm not doing a round robin, I don't include those three. So if you're watching, don't worry. If we're doing another one next year, I'm full in for Team 14 count. So Mandy stitched me. This is called Woodland Walks. It's Emma Condren. It's from a magazine. She talks about it in her most recent Flosstube episode, including like you can see there what the magazine is that it came from. It's in the card. But I love it because this is what Boss and I do all autumn is go on woodland walks. So I opened it and I love it. The colors are amazing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mandy. I still haven't I framed the one that I got from Nuri from Shaded Stitchery for the year you were born one, and it's in my office. I want to put the rest of them in my journal, but I've also been toying with like having a journal just for the ATCs.
Oh yeah.
Then I
We
need
have
another journal. So
yeah.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah. So if you are not interested in being over influenced, because that's like it's gonna be a lot. Thank you so much for watching. If you are here for it all, we
There's also
will
going to be a lot of stories about Stitch North when I get it to that section.
a little retreat
You're
deep.
really not interested, I understand. If
Yeah.
you were there and you want to see if I talk about you, by all means. Uh,
Yeah. So I don't know. My stuff is not in any logical order. I don't know if you want to just.
I was thinking, so I have a couple of things that were like gifts, and then I have my box from Michelle and my fan, forbidden fibers
Yeah.
box. So I was like, I'll do those,
Okay.
and then you want to do some stuff, and then I'll go into like stuff that I bought.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So first of all, I joined my guild, my Toronto Stitching Guild,
Very
and
brave of
as
you.
so it's called Toronto Guild of Stitchery (TGS), and it is a branch of the Embroidery Association of Canada. So I am now a member. I get to go to fun events and stuff. And one of our welcome gifts was this little kit to make a polar bear. And
So
you,
cute.
yeah. So you get the fleece to cut out your shape, and then they give you the thread and everything, and you sew them together, and you get the stuffing,
Ooh.
and then you can bedazzle him with beads or stitching or whatever. Here's some examples.
Yeah, one's
And like,
embroidered, one's outfitted.
yeah, yeah, and then the one lady is working on, Victoria, is she put like little blue like seed beads in kind of like different levels. Yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna start that, but I will.
You own it now.
I do. Okay, so this is some stuff that we got. This is like table gifts and stuff that I got. So this is from Donna, who's at my table. It's like this like gold.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that pretty?
I love it.
Yeah.
And like the colors are very you.
The colors are so neat. And then that big like hunk of like jasper or whatever that is. This was from Judy. She made these. Eh,
Oh, that's so cute.
isn't that so cute? That's like basically a small.
Yeah.
Yeah. She stitched that and everything. And then I don't remember who gave me these. It's like a bracelet and like a snowflake.
Oh, with beads. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you got a Swifty Stitched North bracelet. Love it.
I honestly can't remember where I got those from, so I do apologize. Kim was writing everything down like a smart person. I'm not a smart person.
So what I'm hearing is if you want to know where the stuff came from when Kim Crafty Teacher DIYs posts a Stitch North recap,
Yeah, you need to talk to Kim.
just check that out.
Liz? I have a card in here from someone named Liz Boyley. Maybe she made those. I don't
Yeah.
remember. Speaking of Kim, this is what Kim made. So she made these little pins, uh, like counting pins.
Nice.
And she made these at the retreat. This is what she was working on the whole time. So she made these.
Ah, her beading. She's
Yeah.
obsessed with the beading.
Yeah. So, and it was funny because she had mine done. So she gave me mine, but then she was like, I need it to use it so that I know how to make the other ones. So luckily I was sitting right next to her and I was just like, here. And then also Kim was the person who had me for the ATC swap. So she picked me up and she was like, I'm gonna finish my ATC swap today or at the retreat because the person who I'm trading with is here. And I was like, oh, that's convenient. I didn't think it was me. And then she so showed me all the stuff that she had to like finish it. All like literally, I watched her finish this entire thing from start to finish. And then she was like, now I just have to give it to my person. And I was like, are they like here, like in this like vicinity? And she was just like, and handed it to me. So there's a little fox.
Oh, it's so cute.
So cute. And she bought these leaves. This was like from like one of those like plastic leaf like garland things, and took quite a while to like get it to like stick to the card. And then these little stickers, which I have to I'm gonna like Mod Podge that down because it wants to come up. And then she did the back in like paper and another
Nice.
sticker. Yeah, isn't that so cute?
So
I
cute.
love
I
that
saw her
little puff.
working on it on a
Mm-hmm.
Zoom. And yeah,
Oh, so cute.
it was excellent, excellent pattern choice for the autumn vibes.
Yeah. And then I got a bunch of needle minders from, so Trina came and went and had dinner with Kim. I did not go for dinner, but she left a little mini bloody song for me, which is a needle minder, and also this lollipop needle minder. Perfect. And then from my other new friend Lindsay, I got these little gummy bear. So she just like bought these little charms and then glued them to
Lay down. Lay down.
and glued them to Meg.
I've been invaded. Boss, on your bed. On your bed. Go lay down. Go on.
Is he trying to
Go
sit on
backwards.
top of you?
Well, he doesn't like to go backwards, and now he's got himself in a position.
Oh.
There, go through there. Go on.
And I got another needle minder from
Go.
Kaylee.
No, don't do that again.
She does these like
Beautiful.
leaves in resin. I have another one too because I got one a while ago when she first started doing them. That's just like a bunch of stickers. And then we got thread drops, floss drops. So we got these ones from Lisa. This is for City Stitching. She took this picture of this snail in her yard.
Tiny snail.
How perfect that is.
Yeah.
Such a good picture. And it's like the exact same color of the floss that I chose to do my snail. And then these ones are from Megan Webb. There's a moose.
Nice.
And a
And a little
perfect. Perfect. And then I got this little ghosty charm.
I love the ghost.
Oh, so cute. And this one is from the Grateful Needle, Lori Sismkowiak.
Megan sent me a picture of her quirky Quaker stitching while she was at Stitch North, and I was like, "That's nice. Tell me more about your new ghost."
Where did that come from?
I love him.
Oh, he's really good. So yeah, that's a lot of little things that I got. People are so nice.
Yeah.
Whatever. Okay, and then I'm gonna do so I entered the what's it called? Auction for this coffee Quaker from Heartstring Samplery. I love this pattern. And I especially loved Michelle's conversion. So this, oops. And this coffee bean needle minder. I needed to have that in my life. So this is her conversion. I think it's all classic color. And this is 36 count Modena. That's how you say it. So it's even weave, which I love, and I haven't stitched on 36 count even weave, but I am up for the challenge because
That palette is beautiful.
yeah. And this is gonna be a sal. So we are gonna sal this. Helen, the Diddy Stitcher, and her friend, don't know her name, and I are gonna start this on the 8th or the 9th. One Saturday? Saturday the 9th? I think it's Saturday. But yeah, we're starting it this week.
Sounds right.
Because she messaged me and she was like, "Have you started that yet? I think I'm gonna sell it." And I was like, "Okay." I don't need an excuse to start anything new, but. And then I got this bag, which doesn't have coffee on it, but it is very much the vibe, color wise.
And if you didn't know plants, you could pretend they were coffee plants.
And
One of
then
them
I
has leaves that looks vaguely like beans.
totally, yeah, this
Yeah, yeah.
um and then okay, so I'm not gonna go through everything in here because I would have to open all of these envelopes to show you all the forbidden fiber floss. So there's a different forbidden fiber floss in each of these, but I I don't know when I'm gonna actually start this, but anyway. But I'll show you the stuff that came with it. It's really good. So this is um the Never Say Die Goonies box from Forbidden Fiber Company. Yeah, Forbidden Fiber Company. So this is the fabric, and it's called Treasure Map, obviously. It's very good. The colors are really good. I will maybe do like I'll unwrap them all and do like a spread out thing. But I got this floss keeper.
Oh, that's cute.
So good. And the best part is look at this needle minder. Yeah.
So
That
good.
I was really excited about that. And then so they did like there's like a puzzle that goes along with the project as well. And here is this is what the puzzle is gonna look like. So yeah. And then the project, I can't show you the thing because there's no like cover page, but it's like a big wheel and it says never say die or something like that. And then there's like a bike and like there's like different little motifs. So it's basically um like a compass. And then it's gonna have like all the different things around it. But yeah, the colors are fantastic. So like here's I can show you the last one. But yeah, some of them are like super variegated like this, and some of them are just like
And like I love Forbidden Fiber Company.
yeah.
I have had a hard time resisting their Hobbit, Lord of the Rings, whatever. Um,
So yeah, I was gonna do a whole like unboxing for this one, and I just have been too tired to think.
you could
Oh,
still do a
and this
full
bag.
unboxing.
I also got this bag for all my things. But yeah, that was uh, that was a very good box. I was surprised. I didn't expect like
No, they do
a
an
whole yeah. So yeah. Do you want to show some of your purchases?
yeah, sure. This t-shirt's one of my purchases. I got a little order from Sweet Cowboy Blues, who I love. Alex is a trans artist in the UK. And he um
Oh yeah, that's right.
cowboy vibe that I
I
love
forgot you were getting
a lot. And had a free shipping deal, which was a
those.
big deal because the shipping to Canada is often more than the thing I want to buy. So I got a t-shirt. It says, "This town ain't big enough for me and my anxiety." And I also got a mini print of the same.
Yeah, that's cute.
Um, and I got a bigger print. Um, the sun will rise again tomorrow, cowboy. So I need to buy a frame. I got a print a little while ago. I had made another purchase not that long ago, but walking with dogs, whatever it is. Um, and there was exactly one frame at Michael's that fits these weird
Oh,
UK
perfect.
paper sizes. So I will get that and it will match.
Yeah.
And that other one's in my office. I think I'll take this one to my office as well too. And I got a tote bag. I did not need another tote bag, but it's true. Even cowboys get the blues sometimes.
Yeah.
So
Sometimes.
a little purchase. When I go and see Helen next year, because the shipping to Helen's house is very reasonable, I will
Yeah.
probably um, get myself some more some more treats if I can resist before then. Um,
Mhm.
I have just so much random stuff. I have a Kaylee order. This is not my fabric and bag of the month. I haven't gotten my October ones yet. I'm sure they're on their way, but Kaylee had a spend however much, get free stuff sale again because she is way too kind and generous.
Mhm.
So I bought a piece of 20 count Ada Calypso. It is not as deep as my original piece, but it is still beautiful. Um, I have zero plans for it. I just needed more Calypso because I was running low because I've used the other one for so many things now. And I got for free a 14 count gold streak. So this is like the silver lining one. So this is on a Rustico Ada. And then
Oh
with
yeah.
gold paint, she's done
Oh, nice.
lining on there. So I will use this at some point for something, I am sure. I do like a Rustico background. The little added bit of gold shimmer will surely attract me for some pattern. Um, so I've been eyeing this particular bag for a while
Oh yeah.
because those cats,
Those cats.
I needed it. God, that's nice thing. And then it's got a little cat head zipper pull. So I ordered that. I honestly don't know which of these bags. I think I ordered this one too.
Mhm.
Little witchy vibes. I really like these ghosts over the cauldron. They're making great faces.
Mhm. Oh yeah, that's good.
Yes. Um, yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what I ordered. And then
Oh, that's cute.
free
I like
bag.
I like that purple color.
And this, like, it's like velvety corduroy. I don't know. I was in a clothes store yesterday and there's corduroy. Corduroy is back. Like
I
it's my
love corduroy.
childhood. But they're all wide leg pants, and I am not a wide leg pant person. I'm like, I did
No.
that in the 90s. I don't want to do it again. Please
I
stop.
need at least a straight leg, if not a
Yeah,
skinny.
can I
Not a
have a straight leg corduroy? I will
skinny.
buy that. There was a corduroy dress that was very tempting.
I could do like a
It would
corduroy
also have to be very, very
polo.
90s though, because it's just straps, so you got to wear a shirt under it. Like it
Yeah.
just like that and the wedge shoes. I can't do it again. I can't. So I bought a pair of jeggings and left. Um, yeah. So that's some Kaylee stuff. So when next you see us, I will have so I've got a fabric and bag of the month that I'm sure are making their way. And I did buy when Kaylee put the mini bags on her site, I bought some other stuff. So
As you do.
our next visit should probably have a substantial amount of Kaylee as well. And then I don't know what she's cooking, but apparently she got some fabric in just momentarily. And when I posted my
I
unconventional comment,
saw I saw her
that's
comment.
something that's perfect.
For whatever reason, she's
Oh,
very
Lord of
excited.
the Rings, one of the two, both. I don't know.
Like whatever it is, I can't wait to see
Yeah,
what this is.
it's gonna be amazing. I'm sure it's
Yeah,
gonna be amazing.
yeah. I saw her comment and I was like, oh, what could it be?
Right?
Yeah.
Right. So that's some haul. I have more still. I don't know if you want to do some more of yours.
I could do this little pile and then you could do your pile and then I could do my Stitch North stuff.
Sure.
So yesterday I got to see a very good friend of mine, Megan's husband Daniel.
That guy? How'd you see him? Where were you? How come I wasn't there?
I know, right? And he brought me fabric. So, and he was like, "Happy birthday!" And I was like, "Thank you." So these are from Anna, my friend and yours. Anna's Books and Stitches. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, so she started a Patreon store where she dyes fabric, and would you just look at like that's not even out of it. I mean, yeah. I mean, come on. And then it's so good. So finally,
Don't mind too if you're talking about it. This is Shattered Plains. which is a reference to Brandon Sanderson, Way of Kings. If you know, you know. I got 40 count Verdal. It is smooth and buttery. And then I also got a 40 count Verdal of Blooming Iris, which I'm not going to take out of the page, but Megan got the 801 of the same. Maybe I will if you've taken yours out.
Yeah, I'm gonna take this one out.
Sorry, headphone listeners, for the crinkles.
So this one
That's
is
beautiful.
This one is strawberry jam, and this is a 32 count even weave.
So good.
Gorgeous, and I kind of have plans for this. Stay tuned. We'll see. I'm gonna get Megan's opinion of it after the video, but and then you have, so I have 16 counts of blooming irises, and you have
40 count Verdal.
40. Yeah. Ugh. Stop it.
Anna has just come out of nowhere with this talent.
Oh, my gosh,
and so like it is ice dyeing, which is what, like, that's the technique Jessie uses. Yeah. And you can tell they are both ice dyed.
Yeah.
But the results are different. Like, they're doing something different.
Yeah.
And this is why the community is so great, because you can have so many talented people who are theoretically doing the same thing, but also doing very different things, right? Like, the colors in this are very similar to Jessie's Sugalite fabric.
Oh yeah,
Sugalite, it's not the same, right? They are similar, but they are not the same.
Mm-hmm.
So
there's a place for all of them.
Exactly.
And then I also had ordered some stuff from Brennan Needle. So I got so this is George Street, 1775. Yeah. Kind of a orangey.
I like that.
This is Sailor's Delight, which I didn't already have.
You didn't have that one?
No. Oh. I had a similar one, but not that one. And then I have, this is Frigged Up Hagstones. And Kincarn. Is this pink?
Love it.
And Banks of Newfoundland. It's blue. So I ordered 5 of those colors, and then I also ordered 5 of the mystery colors, or the one-offs. And 2 of them are pretty much the same, which I think, because it's this blue, I'm like, oh, I'll definitely use that blue more than once.
Yeah.
So that's a good color to have. And then this one is pretty similar to the one that Michelle had, but not as much red. Hers had way more. And then this orange, creamy orange, and
nice.
Yeah.
I resisted those. Why, I don't know. I know they're still available.
Yeah, they still have like a basket full. And I also got this little scrap of Ada from Julia, who was selling it on the, they did an auction thing too.
They did a fundraiser for a marathon that they weren't able to participate in.
Yeah.
Marathon, bike race.
Oh, that's a fun little, nice Halloween kind of fabric. I completely forgot that was coming, and then I got a notification that I had mail, and I thought it was like a box or like something else, and then it was just like,
I didn't break down. I got in the same thing. I can't believe I didn't break this down. I got a beautiful cowl that Julia sells.
Yeah, you won the cowl.
We're gonna wear, and so they auctioned it off, and I had
yeah. And the last thing I bought that was not from Stitch North. There's 2 things. So I did cave. I was trying to resist. I was not successful. I did cave and buy the Sonoran Desert and the Needle Minder.
Oh, you got it with the Needle Minder, nice.
I had to have that cactus. And I don't know I don't know if I'll stitch all of these maybe, but I'm definitely gonna stitch that.
Good, good. Show us
It's
the cat. I love the cat.
yeah, yeah, like this owl may or may not.
Hiding,
We'll see.
hiding in the cactus.
But yeah. There. Oh, cat. Oh, it's at the back. There we go.
Yeah, I can see it on the back of the book. It's definitely in there. Oh, so good.
Yeah, that's really good. And then the main thing. But yeah, it's so good. It's so good. I love that tortoise. I love that cat. So yeah, I had to have it. I'm supporting local artists.
Yeah, absolutely. Fellow Canadian artists.
And then I also ordered from I had been every week since these two came out, I have checked Kim at Designs to see if they had them in stock, and they finally had them.
Oh,
So I got them. And
I got this one.
I got the flosses to go with it. This
Oh,
one
nice.
actually calls for two skeins of this, but I know I have a very similar teal color from Leo
You
Roxy
need two
Fox.
skeins even if you do it on 40 count?
Well, I'm not doing it on 40 count, but also it's the roof color as well. So I'm like, I can just do the roof in a different color.
Oh,
Because
it's two if you're 32 count. Okay, I see.
yeah,
I was like,
the
serious?
water and the roof.
Yeah.
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 But I was like, I'm not really worried about running out because I think I'll just do the water in it.
Yeah.
And then do the roof something else. Because I know I have very similar teal colors. And
I'm
then
gonna
this
be honest. I don't even know if I'm gonna stitch the house or just do the
just
water.
the water.
Take that
I
anchor out and
yeah. Just
I
do
bought it for this, which you can't tell me that's not an otter.
That's an otter. I don't
No,
know if it says it's a
called it
seal.
a sea lion, but it's an otter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's straight up an otter.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I ordered those. And then in a minute, I'll show you the fabric that I'm probably going to put them on. Yeah. So after that, it's just all stitch short stuff. If you want to, well,
Okay.
actually, I got this bag from Jasmine.
So good.
Jasmine's custom. It
I
was,
have been resisting her.
she's been releasing so many like fall and autumn ones, and like this one came out, and I was like, I literally just bought that Star Wars bag, and then I was like, I'll let someone else take it, and then it was still there like 4 days later, and I was like, okay, I have to do it. I have to do it now. And
You're
it has,
obliged at that point.
look at the inside fabric.
So good. Yeah.
It's
And her
too
bags are
good.
so nice. Okay, I'm just
All right.
gonna go through a pile of stuff. Here's the board. In no particular order. It's all just mushed together because I've been piling it up. So this is my October floss of the month from Rolanda. This is the one, this is the same that Megan's using for her snail.
Yeah.
So I might pull it out and see if I can use that for that other thing.
Mhm.
I love this palette. I also
Mhm.
have sitting here, and I honestly can't remember if we looked at any of these last time or not. But I feel like at least one of them we haven't, but I've just been piling up other hand dye by Rolanda floss of the month. We have a lot of floss to put away. So that's 2 other months. So this like, where am I? What am I doing? This was a set and that was a set.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Um, although that's only 4. I clearly pulled something for something else already, which I did. I can't quit. I have so much of her floss and I just can't quit it. So good. I went to a mostly yarn. They had a little bit of cross stitch, but they were really like a Mirabilia store
Mhm.
in Lethbridge before going to Banff. And I got floss for the floss game and then Everybody else had DMC. I didn't realize that you just it's fine. They all really liked my fancy floss contributions. So I got the Stony Creeks colors, and I got a couple for myself that I really liked. And then I got this rainbow filament because
Ooh,
Michelle
yeah.
Schmidt Crafter and I are working on a Chapel Rowan VMA inspired Guinevere pattern conversion. I don't know. Michelle's life's been a little hectic, so our progress has slowed down. She is the holder of the pattern right now. But I got us each one of those because I thought it would be nice for the like sheer dress part.
Oh yeah, totally.
It works out. Um, in the floss realm, I got these when we stopped at the Banff because I didn't bring in my bag of stuff from shopping at the Banff or the Canmore quilt show. So I didn't have all the things that I bought. So I got these chameleon colors. Peacock and Spring Garden, if anybody's interested.
I like that.
Both cute. Um, just stash building. When I was at Traditional Stitches, I bought this Gloriana. It is cinnamon. This is just the silk regular floss. This is for my chatelaine that I have not started yet, but imminently. It's meant to be the Petite Treasure braid, but they didn't have it in stock. So I figured I'd buy the color. I had pulled a couple things that I thought looked close, but they're not really. And I might do it with a blending filament to make it shiny, or I might not. I have to see as I go where it goes, or I might just end up ordering the Petite Treasure braid and keeping. It's not Petite Treasure braid. Why did I say that? But it's shiny. What it's meant to be is shiny. Yeah. The woman checking me out because these are like 15 Canadian dollars. She was like, "This is $15." I was like, "Yeah, I know." And she's like, "Okay, just so you know." I know. I'm aware.
You're like, thank you. Thank you for
Thank you for watching out for me.
Yeah.
I am a patron of our friend Uncanny Kari at the level where I get a quarterly gift. And so she sent us some stickers. We got this fun holographic witch.
Ooh.
And then these cute little ones. Very witchy vibes. If you saw her pattern release recently, they like these are part or aligned with that. And then she had also recently been to Salem and she got herself a notepad from Salem, and so she sent everybody
Oh,
a
cute.
sheet of that. It's very cute. I will tuck that in my for journaling with box. I'm gonna run out of places to put things. Maybe if we're talking about little things in the mail, Deanna, Darling Whimsy Design, did a mystery grab bag of past Patreon
They're
gift
fine.
items.
Yeah.
So I got a few of those, and I got a whole bunch of things. Some of which I've probably shown on this. Some of this I might not have, depending on timing. Like I feel like I have other things that I just haven't shown stacked up here, but I'm not going to go through the whole thing. I got another set of moose post-its, so this is going in my For Megan box. I got some cat stickers, which I don't think these are her stickers. I think they would.
I don't know.
I don't know. I got this beautiful butterfly sticker, which Megan did not get. So this is also going in the Megan box because I have one from when they came to the people. And then I got some more Quirky Quaker stickers. I'm not going to go through them all, but now I have extras for more for myself and or to tuck into things that I send to other people, which was really my intention of this because I've been a Patreon from the start. So I've gotten all the things. But it's nice to have something to just like when you're sending something to somebody to tuck in. We got floss drops, which I will use and or tuck as the mood strikes. I got owls and a bunch of pufferfish. Megan got more variety in hers, but that's
I got owls and I got turtles.
turtles
Turtles and pufferfish.
That's the make
I
sure
don't have mine, but yeah.
you grab it. I got this, which I think I had not shown because this was in my pile of things I brought downstairs. So this must have come after as well. This was the most recent package was the boo sticker, the witch
Mm.
poster, and an owl bookmark.
Mm-hmm.
And so I got a witch coaster, which Megan also did not get. So that's going in the
Mm-hmm.
Megan pile because witch better have my coffee. I got another owl bookmark and some boo cards.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know if Megan's gonna show you all hers, but
They're over there, and
over there. So
I
um
basically got all the same stuff, all the same stickers. I just
yeah,
got different floss drops.
yeah. So if you're getting something from me in the mail, you may or may not get a little Deanna love in there too.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Um I got my witchy stitcher whatever merch sticker thing from Patreon as well, which is Master of Dark Arts and Crafts.
Oh.
And I don't know if I ever showed because it was also upstairs, but the chaotic cross stitcher. So it's the same cap, but they have different sayings on them. They're very dark. I don't know if it's just that the art is dark overall or if it's the printing company that they use, but they're very like I noticed this with the goat ones too. Like it's hard to see the image on the stickers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know if they're just not expecting you to have dark on black or what for their
Yeah.
machines. I don't know. Um, oh look, more sweet cowboy blue stuff. This is from
Oh.
an earlier order because I got the cowboy is a feeling banner that hangs in my office ages ago. And then I have a bunch of other stickers and things that I'm not going to go through because they're not cross stitch related.
Mm.
And we're already probably close to 2 hours, if not past. So, um, well, at Traditional Stitches, I did get some more fabric. I got a piece of 40 count tornado from Fox and Rabbit. I'm not going to pull it out. We all know what tornado looks like. I love it. Add it to the stash. I also got a piece of vintage bluegrass from Lakeside Linens.
Mm.
Um,
I like that.
yeah, I just really, the color spoke to me. I went through all the Lakeside Linens to see if there was a color for my lesson one.
Mm-hmm.
I did not find a Lakeside Linen in a color that I liked for that was big enough. I did not look at this one for that, but I couldn't put it back on the rack. So
Mm-hmm.
I got a Just Nan stitchy witchy mouse.
Oh yeah.
Well, kind of it comes with the beads and things for it. I've never done one of these. Um and I feel like maybe everybody should, but I love this little there's a little black cat
Mm-hmm.
on the back of that mouse.
That's cute.
I find funny. The cat is on the mouse. Um I got a Satsuma Street kit.
Oh, nice.
They only had this one.
Oh.
They didn't have any of the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they normally carry them or if this is just the end of the stock, but
Mm-hmm.
I do like an owl. So
Mm-hmm.
there's that. Um, this was not Traditional Stitches. I got this from my friend Michelle, Chinook Craft. I don't know if I showed this in our video or not.
I don't remember.
I don't think I did. She had some Amazon issues overall when she ordered this because Amazon. It's got 2 pages where the pages didn't get cut properly, and so it is folded in, but otherwise the book is perfectly fine. So
Mm-hmm.
I just need to trim those pages, and then I've got the book
Mm-hmm.
for myself,
Cool.
which is important because there's things in here I want to stitch. I was
Yeah.
going to resist it until my friend Megan showed me. Where is it?
The heron.
This one. And then I was done. But Michelle was like, oh, you can have my extra. So, but like, look at that.
It's they're all so good. I need to stitch them. See, this is the thing. I need to finish a lot of stuff so that I can start a whole bunch of new stuff.
Right?
Because
Okay.
not only it's not only just about like not having a gazillion whips, but there's so much floss in those bags. I'm like, I don't need to rebuy every color.
Yeah.
I have so much. It's just sitting in bags, and I don't have
I
the
do
energy.
use when I can't find a color I need of DMC, I go into Notion. I haven't done it for every project, but I have entered the DMC for quite a few projects, and I go and I harvest from.
Yeah,
I've been
that's
trying
kind
to
of
do that more than just going and buying a new skein.
yeah.
I got some, what was this? Needle Market, Needle Place, whatever, the online needlework.
Oh, then yeah,
Oh,
the
so this
marketplace,
is Beth Bliss.
Needleworks Marketplace.
Yes. Turkey Talk. So this cute little ornament. Look at those turkeys. Love them. When will I stitch it? Who knows? But I own it now. I got 2 patterns from my friend Christy at Pixel Pixie Cross Stitch because both of them spoke to my heart so much.
Oh yeah, I'm probably gonna do that moth too.
Yeah, so this moth is beautiful. It's all in Cosmos, so I'll need to order some Cosmos because I do not have Cosmos. The quote is from Dracula. And I love a beetle. Although I might not stitch the beetles on it. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I have a perfect red called Candy Apple from Leo and Roxy Floss to put that on. And then Dear Santa, I want shiny things, please. It's me.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. So you
Um,
and
yeah, perfect. That one is Threadworks and Gentle Arts and Classic Colorworks. So
perfect.
see what I have. And I got from Nuri, who has printed paper patterns now, by the way.
Yeah.
Shaded Stitchery, the Tree Medley.
I
love
love
it
that one.
so much.
Yeah. Like that.
It is in Roxy Floss, so I need to go through my Roxy Floss and figure out what I need.
Mhm.
And make an order
Mhm.
because I want to do this like as like a Christmas start, whatever, in December.
Good idea.
Because that's what it's for, right?
Mhm. Christmas.
But like also I could just hang this up all year, right? Like it doesn't scream Christmas.
Yeah.
I just you've seen the cactus, right?
Yes, I have. I love it.
Um in my quest for the fabric for lesson 1, I also bought a quite large piece of 40 count legacy from Picture This Plus.
Mhm.
This is from what are they? Embroidery Marketplace, which is a Calgary based cross stitch shop, online mostly, but she was at the quilt show in Canmore. So I got that. Always good to have. I also bought from her from a it doesn't say on here the company. It's an Alberta dyer. So I got this
Mm.
one, which is dark brown gray. Um, says fabric hand dyed in Alberta, but it doesn't say the company. But I really, right, just good tonal. And I got a piece of 36 count murky and like a super moody murky, right?
Oh yeah, that's good.
Much. So just building the stash as though I didn't have any fabric. It was, a quilt show, so I got some quilt fabric. Look at those ghosties, little friends.
There.
What will I do with this? No idea, but I own it now. There was a huge amount of dyed wool. I bought 2 packs of just random colors because they make really nice backings for pillows.
Yeah.
I will probably keep the information. It's Woolly Lady. There's an email address, not a website.
Mm.
Who knows? I assume they're Alberta, Southern Alberta-esque located. But like if she has mail order availability, it's probably a dangerous thing. But wool is hard to find.
Yeah.
And I got this fun little pack of Auvert Soie. It's a discovery pack in marine.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about this. Yeah.
And so it has a skein of Soie d'Alger. It has a Soie Perlée, Métallice, so they're shiny ones, Soie Gobelins, and a Soie Surfine. And so they're all a little different. I don't know if they're all similar enough weight. But my thought is that I could try and do something where I use all of them together. But I like that it just gives you a little sample of all the different kinds of floss, so you get to know each of them. You can figure out if you're going to order which kind you want, because I don't know enough about them to know what to do. I got this from the embroidery marketplace too. They had all sorts of colors. So if you're interested, if you go to embroiderymarketplace.ca, I'm sure you can order them. It is an official, like it's packaged from Auvert Soie as well, so I'm sure that they're available elsewhere. But she had all sorts of like packs of colors and things like that of the silk too. And then, and I put it over here because it was too heavy to sit on everything else. I bought something that I need to learn how to do to be able to do it, but I couldn't resist it. So it's foundation paper piece quilting, where basically you use a paper pattern and it helps you sew things together. And I bought all the fabrics for it. It was a kit. It was tied. It came together. It was one. So it has everything, including apparently enough for the binding. You just don't have like the batting or the backing, which is pretty standard for a quilt kit. They, really emphasized that the fabric designer's Canadian, this designer's Canadian. I'm like, I'm not patriotic. Okay, good try. I just really like that moth. There's other bugs in this by the same designer. This is the one that spoke to me, but yeah. When will I start it? I don't know. Did I finish quilts? I've already started. Absolutely. Have I ever finished a quilt? Absolutely not. Did I need to have it?
Yeah.
Clearly. Someday eventually, I will not have to work anymore. And that's when I will be able to use all these things. Or the whole world will be on fire. But
yeah, one of the two.
One or the two. So let's do our best to hope that the better of those options is the one that's available to us.
Right?
Okay. I'm sure there's more stuff. That's what I accumulated today. That's plenty. Yeah.
Okay. So, first things first. In our swag bags, we got some patterns. There's one more that's not here because I already put it in my retreat sampler project bag that I haven't started yet. So you'll see that in the future. Pansy Patch Quilts was one of the vendors, and I could have sworn that I already had this one because I definitely really liked it when it came out. But upon further investigation, I did not own this one. So I'm really glad that that was in our freebie bag. And then we also got this autumn leaf from Anne's Crafts.
We got
she
that
did the
trillium. Yeah.
She did the trillium from the spring retreat. So that was really pretty. And then Tiny Modernist was, of course, there, as she always is. I was very good. I only bought 2 projects from her. So I got this mouse decorating her.
That one new?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think I've
Fairly
seen that one
new.
before. It must be.
Yeah, I think it's fairly new. And then this one is in a magazine, which I also have already, but I like having paper patterns too.
Yeah.
And I think I'm gonna stitch the bottom as a bookmark,
Oh, nice.
and then I might just do Aaron from the Hathaway Stitchers pointed out that that would be a really good ATC as well.
Would be.
Just that little skeleton. And
Yeah.
I was like, wow, you're right. That would be a really good ATC. But I also I like the whole thing, but I don't know if I'll do it all as one thing. Because I also really like the house, but I would just do it like separately. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
She did a video where she was showing this one, and I was like, oh my god, that's so nice. And then I was like, wait, I've seen that before. It was in a magazine. Why am I anyway? And since Pansy Patch was there, I also bought a couple more patterns from her. So I got the Harvest House, because there's a sale happening with the Hathaway Stitchers where we're all doing houses. I don't know if I'm gonna start this anytime soon, but I really liked it. And then also this is Betsy's Halloween basket.
I love the colors in that one.
Yeah, me too. And me and like 3 other people that were there all got this one. So if we ever all work on it together, then that's an unofficial sale. Uh, and then from the Roxy Floss Co. and Evertote booth, I put a bird on it from Modern Folk Embroidery because I'm gonna join. I'm gonna join the
recent Flosstube.
Which one?
Like the one that came out like on Thursday or Friday.
For who though? Did you say?
Jacobs.
Oh no, I didn't know.
He's written a song for that.
Oh,
it's so good. Everybody go watch it.
Well, there's gonna be a Sal. You know
your songs.
The Sal that EJ is doing.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna join that. But yeah, I didn't know he had written a song. That's funny. And then I also got this one from the
Oh, that's cute.
Peddler. Yeah.
These trees, a good burb.
And then I was looking at the 1897 Schoolhouse Samplers booth, and also Aaron and Amity from the Hathaway Stitchers were there, and we all really liked this pattern, and we especially liked that pink bunny. So we decided to do a sale, which is starting tomorrow. If you want to join along, it's on the calendar. And I'll show you. I kitted it up with stuff that I had already purchased at the retreat that weekend. So I will show you my kit in a moment, which I'm apparently starting tomorrow. So speaking of kits, in my new Jasmine's custom bags, I have another purchase from Evertote. So I bought this from the Artsy Housewife.
Can't imagine why that spoke to you.
Arizona Sunset. I've been wanting to do one of her ones, but it's always like a giant bird with just a bunch of black, and I'm like, I don't know. But this I will stitch. This is gorgeous. And I wondered if they had maybe, I knew that they would have done a conversion because they're selling it. And they had a lot of conversions that were all just like already packaged up, and they didn't have one for this one. So I looked on the website, and sure enough, they had Hannah's conversion listed on the website. So I just went around and grabbed all the colors that I needed for my sunset. And then I came home and I have selected my fabric with Megan's help. So
I am available for consultations. It is true.
Yeah, she is very helpful with fabric choices. So I'm gonna start that. I don't know. I do want to start it, but obviously I will not like dedicate very much time to it because I'm working on so many things. But it's just so pretty. I have to have it. And it already has a home. And there was another thing that I really wanted to kit up at Stitch North. I have had this project for a while as well. Megan also has this project, and thanks to me, she now has my conversion.
I'm really excited because I already had fabric for it. And then I had just not gotten around to ordering the Bestitch Me called for colors.
So this is Rose's Dream Tree by Michelle Bendy Stitches. And it's very colorful and very nice. But yeah, it's in Bestitch Me Silk and it's on a blue fabric that Fox and Rabbit dyed specifically for Rose. And it's called True Blue. She named it. But I didn't think I'd be able to, or I didn't really want to order it from them. So this is Smooth Sailing from Roxy Floss Co. I showed Carrie the picture of the pattern, and she said that this was the closest that they had. And I wanted it in Ada, and they only had 14 or 18 count, so this is 18 count. And then I painstakingly went around the whole booth multiple times looking for the exact right colors for this. And I don't know, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And I sent my conversion to Megan, so she's gonna have it soon, as soon as Daniel gets
She
back.
painstakingly went back and picked out all the colors again when I was like, oh, buy them for me.
And I literally was just there, and everyone was like, "You're going shopping again?" And I was like, "No, it's for Megan, not for me."
I sent her money. It's fine.
Not a Megan. She sent me money instantly. And these are in my new samply stitched bag that I got at Stitch
Blue fabric.
Isn't that so nice? And it has a little bat.
Oh, cute.
And it comes with a project card.
Nice.
Okay, so I have another kit here. So this was a birthday gift from my boyfriend to me, but I ordered it from Kaylee. So this is the kit for this project, which I have had on the deck of wanting to make for a really long time. So it's this Welcome Pineapple. But there's like 50 colors in this project, and I was like, I don't want to kit that up. That's gonna take forever. So I paid Kaylee to do it, and and so since she couldn't find the actual yardage, there's just a skein of each floss here. So that's fine. Yeah, she was like, "There's a lot of colors in that project," and I was like, "Yeah, that's why that's
she does such a good job.
I did message her and I was like, I have one that I really want to get kitted up, but it needs like 50 skeins of floss. Is that crazy? And she was like, no, that's fine. And then she was like, yeah, that's a lot of floss. And I was like, yeah, I know. One of the colors, the symbol is wrong, but the number is right. I can't remember what it is now, but I'll figure it out.
It'll be the one that you can't find.
She wrote me a message, and said, oh yeah, I forgot one of them's wrong. But that's okay. So yeah, it's so good. And then she also dyed fabric to go with it. This is called Pickle Juice.
Nice.
So good. So that's going to be my birthday start. So I'm starting that today. It's a birthday.
Fun.
And it came with a project bag. So this is a bee project bag, but I have a pineapple project bag from Kaylee, so I think I'm just going to swap them. Because obviously this needs to be in a pineapple project bag. So that is a start for today. And then the Granny's Garden is starting tomorrow, and then the Coffee Quaker is starting next week. Or this week. So this hold on. Oh, here's another little kit that we got. This is
Oh yeah,
fun.
I saw people finish that right away.
Yeah.
Cute.
A lot of people finished it. And the wood is like already engraved with Stitch North 2024, which is cool. Okay, so this is my kit this is for Granny's garden in the orchard house or whatever it's called. So this is mint strawberry from Kaylee that I bought at the retreat.
You did. That's good fabric.
It's really good fabric. It'll be perfect for the thing because it's like it's not very big. It's short and wide.
Mm-hmm.
And then these are just some random colors that I have selected. So that I had also already bought all of these before we decided to do this. Uh, yeah.
So is it like 1-to-1 or you're just gonna pick with your heart?
I think it's 1-to-1. I think I looked at the cover photo. I didn't look at the description. Like I didn't look at the list. I just was like, oh, here's a dark pink, here's a light pink, here's a blue,
Okay.
here's a whatever, brown. Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm pretty sure I have one for each color. That will be started tomorrow. And it is called Pink Bunny Sound. And it is to the tune of Pink Pony Club. Okay, so ow, that is a pin. I finally got my hands on some candy apple from Roxy. This is 16 count.
Mm-hmm.
And I got some more of Carrie's trim that she dyed. So I got this nice red one, which that would be good with my red fabric, and then this like kind of peachy pink one. And I got more stuff from Kaylee. So I also got another piece of Calypso. This is 18 count. I think my other one is 16. But yeah, this is half a yard. So this is
Mm-hmm.
a lot.
You might be able to fit 1 or 2 projects on that.
I was also running low on Calypso, so you know, can't be too careful.
The danger zone.
Yeah, you gotta watch out for that. And then I also got another ornament pack. So just many fun little pieces. So I already used one for my snail, and then I have
just all the things you could ever need.
Perfect for many Quakers for years to come. And I got this piece of, this is a shiny and opalescent.
Is it Arabian Nights?
White Walker.
Oh, okay.
28 count Lugana.
I guess it's darker than my Arabian Nights.
Yeah. Don't really have a plan for this one.
Sometimes you're just buying for the stash.
Cool and moody, and it will be great. And I only bought 2 pieces of fabric from Rolanda. I was very restrained. I got this is 20 count Ada, also opal. You can see.
Nice.
Doesn't look very opal.
When you got it really close, I could see the shine. Yeah.
Very nice. And then I have this one. This one is a 32. No, this is a 28. This is 28 count Lugana. And this is the one that I was thinking of doing my lighthouse on.
Mm-hmm.
Would be good.
Yeah, it will be good for both of them.
Very like stormy seas.
Yeah.
Type of vibe. And if there's room, I might do the barn on there too, the house barn. But I think 1/4 of this will easily fit.
It should, yeah.
They're not big.
I mean, they are. but they're not.
Good money.
They are solidly medium large sized.
Medium big. And then I had more floss. So again, I tried to resist the Hanks, the Rolanda Hanks, but I was unsuccessful. She didn't, I don't think she brought silk this time. I think she just had the cotton, and they were, yeah,
She's so
good.
good.
So good. And I have them all like, they were in like the little packages,
Mm-hmm.
but I've already like mixed so many of them up because I was like using them
Yeah.
to put up things. I bet you have most of these now.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you totally got the October Floss of the Month pack.
Yeah. This one.
Nice.
And then there's another one. Oh, this was our freebie. So this was the one that came free in our swag bags. This is a 25 yard skein. That blue.
Nice.
Called Raven. And there's some other ones. Just pretty colors.
25 yards. That's a
For a
very
freebie,
generous.
like what? And then the rest of this might be Roxy. Yeah, okay. So then I have a bunch of Roxy fun. Just going mad at the Roxy booth. But yeah, they had a deal so you could get 5 skeins for $10 US. So I went back to that section.
They had like a lot of colors. In the spring their box like did not have the selection. Like look at all those.
Yeah. Yeah, some of these are regular ones, but some of them aren't. Yeah, like this one, that one. And then there's these ones. And some of these were like I bought them to go with something and then I rejected that. So, like this orange was in contention for Rose's Dream Tree, but then I decided it wasn't bright enough against the blue. So, yeah. And then this red was also in contention, but it was I think they're pretty much the same as the one that I ended up going with, but yeah. Whatever. Yeah, that was it. That's all I bought. Just a ton of floss. And again, what will I do with it? Who knows?
It's a mystery.
Because I've already kitted up so many things. It will sit in the bin until its turn is called. Kim's using this one for her black roses that she already started.
That's a good choice. That's the owl forest pattern, right?
Yeah. A few people were starting that one at the thing. Yeah, so now I can't buy anything else for the rest of the year. And so I'm gonna go to the Peel Stitch In, and apparently they sometimes have like vendors there that are also basically the vendors that are at Stitch North, and I'm like,
they don't. I'm sure they don't.
It's like every 2 months.
Don't take any money with you.
Yeah, leave the cards at home. I'll just bring my Presto card and nothing else.
Yeah.
Money for food.
No, don't even do that. Just bring snacks.
Bring my own dinner.
Because if you bring money for food, then you'll spend it on cross stitch stuff.
And starve.
Yeah, you'll need snacks anyway.
So yeah, it was a very successful Stitch North weekend again. Lots of fun, lots of stitching.
Made new friends.
I made some new friends, especially I made a lot of friends in the Ontario area who are interested in either joining. So we do like a stitch and pub day at the TGS Guild, and one of the girls who's from Burlington is going to come in for the day and yeah, stitch with us maybe.
Fun.
And then yeah, I think I'm gonna start going to the Peel Stitch In because it's basically near Gita's in Port Credit. So I can just get there on the train. And then yeah.
That's also dangerous though.
Yeah, that's why I'm not bringing any money.
Not just vendors, but you could just stop it like
The actual store.
Oops.
Oops.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we did it.
Yep.
We'll
You'll
see
see us again
at the
near
end
the
of
end of the
November.
month / start of December for just a regular monthly wrap up. I'm toying with the idea of doing unhinged countdown videos for
Oh
my
yeah.
Unhinged unboxing series. Like setting up my stuff so I can just do it each morning and then maybe do like a weekly thing. I'm not gonna post them every day. I don't got the energy for that. But rather than doing like a photo on Instagram, do a little like open each thing on camera thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we could. Yeah. I don't know what my December is gonna look like.
None of it's cross stitch. I don't. Oh, I guess I have the modern folk embroidery pattern for the Evertote Modern Folk Embroidery Roxy Floss Co countdown.
Right.
I
The
did not order
Nordic
the
one?
floss. I'm using the floss from last year. I have picked a
Oh.
fabric. I had to look at day one of the pattern though to get the size because it's not on the listing. It's not on the outside of the package. So that was a little, but I didn't want to wait until the day to then
Yeah.
pick the fabric, right? Like, so
Yeah.
I haven't checked yet if it'll fit in the same size frame as the one from last year, which I should check because if it will, I should buy that the next time at Michael's if they still have it. I don't know. It wasn't like a standard frame. It was one of their ones that seem to rotate. So
Oh.
by rotate, I mean like they're there for right, like it wouldn't necessarily not be gone a year later, but I should buy it now. I want it to be the same.
Yeah. Yeah, that'll look good.
That was really rambly. Okay. I think I'm good. I think you're
Thanks
good.
for watching.
If you stuck to the very end, we love you.
You're a true fan.
This is almost as long as a 3-way with Parade, I think. I think we're over
it was like 2 months. 2 months worth of
but I
stitching.
think we're over the 2.5 hour mark.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. If I'm not 100% sure when we started, but we're closing in on 3 hours.
It would have been close to 10, so yeah. Yeah.
Okay. We'll see you in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Bye.